All right, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm so scared. I'm so...
Is that what we have in store for us? Oh no. Oh no.
I'm
Anna,
your
are
only
you ready?
option.
And fuck me. Hey, Anna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing good. It's not like we're in the same house right now and you've just put in a virtual background to disguise that we aren't sitting next to each other. Not like that at
Right,
all.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for any of you that haven't seen Anna before, Anna is the better half. She is the beer to my bear. This is Anna. If you haven't seen her or met her before, this is my lovely wife. She is amazing. She does such great things like standing in onto a podcast when the software that we were using failed from the interview that we did for the Gillingham match, and the audio, the video is unusable. It cut out at about 25% of the video. She is the great person that will stand in and support and be a wonderful person. So insert the round of applause.
Super happy to be here. Happy to step in. Always happy to help out where I can.
And that's why I love you. Well, anybody that hasn't tuned into here before, this is Teach Me How to Wrexham. I am Ran. This is Anna. Together we are Rana. We are a super team.
And we will
People,
both be learning how to Wrexham.
yeah, people that is the blind leading the blind. People that are tuning in for the first time right now are gonna think that it's just me and you every single time, and they're gonna like scroll back through the episodes, and they're gonna be looking. They're like, oh wait, let me see. Where's Rana? Where's Rand and Anna again? And there's going to be no Anna. It's going to be a letdown, and I apologize. This does have 1,000% more Anna in this episode. Um, so, but we're going to talk about Gillingham today. We take a look at Wrexham in a 101, kind of a basic entry level for new fans out there, people new to either the EFL, new to Wrexham, new to football, new to soccer, and need a little bit more of a basic introductory into who we're going to be playing, what it is that we should look forward to in the opponents or where we stand in the league. And today we are looking at Gillingham FC. Anna, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to ask you a question, and feel free to answer this completely honestly. However, do you know where Gillingham FC plays?
I have no idea. I think it starts with a P. Um,
Oh,
Please teach me.
okay, wait. Oh no. So you're saying you went the other way. I was saying location wise and what city they play in, but you went for the stadium. Yeah, Priestfield Stadium. So yes, no, it does start with a P. You nailed it. Yes, they do. They do play their home games. They are located in Kent, which is outside of London on the opposite side. So if you were up in Wrexham where we were at, and then you went down to London, you would be traveling southeast, and past London, more southeast is Kent. Gillingham is located in Kent. So they're going to have rivals like Millwall, which is a fairly big side. They have some good club history. And one of the teams that we've played this season that you would have heard of already, that's a local close rival to them, is Swindon Town. And so Swindon Town is the team that we played, and it was 5-5, and it was way too close of a match. And yeah, that one was a fun one. But
I remember that game. I do. I
oh yeah,
remember more your reactions to that game.
yeah. Well, I try to keep it down as much as possible. That's why we're definitely not in the same room right now. But yeah, so Gillingham, they aren't a team that we have a big history recently with. If I'm looking back to 11v11, we have not played them since May of 2020. So over 20 years since we've played them, and our record against Gillingham, we've only won 9 times and they've won 16 times. So they have a better.
The last time we played them was May of 2020. That was 20 years ago.
Wait. Okay.
I didn't know how to cut you off. I didn't know if it was a bit or not. I was waiting.
No, so 20, I was saying the 20 years, like over 20 years too soon. It was May of 2000. That was over 20 years ago. Yep. Well, this is not teach me how to Wrexham. This is let me screw up Wrexham
This is
completely.
Learn Me How to Wrexham. Welcome to the new
Yeah.
series, everyone.
Yeah. Well, thanks for, saving me before I said 2020 was 20 years ago too many times. Okay, so yeah, it's been over 20 years. Last time was May of 2000. Leading up to that point, they've had the better record against us. They have 16 wins to our 9 wins, and we've drawn 8 times. So they have been the better team up until now. That being said, there's a lot of time and a lot of people that change, management, owners, etc., between the year 2000 and the year 2023. So definitely two different clubs. Gillingham at the beginning of the season, they came out, I can't say on fire. They weren't lighting up the league, but they were undefeated in the first 7 or 8 games, and they had held opponents to 1 or no scores. So the games they would win were 1-0, or they would draw 1-1 or 0-0. They started off pretty good. They were at the top of the league at one point. Maybe it was week 6, week 7. They were actually top of the league. Since then,
And that was the beginning of this season.
It was the beginning of this season, yeah. Since then,
Wow.
they've fallen off, and they lost their manager. They sacked their manager, so they have a caretaker manager right now. And that's are you familiar with the caretaker managers?
I'm not. Please explain.
Okay, so the caretaker managers are the fill-in role. So while a manager's gone, there's going to be somebody who's taking care of the club. A lot of the times it's one of the senior players or a captain or somebody who's a player manager at the same time. And if anybody, correct me in the comments
So
if that's
player
incorrect.
manager, so they're a player and also
Yeah.
acting as the manager. Wow.
Yeah. But no, you're exactly right. They would be playing in the game, and then they would also be managing. So a lot of the times that those older players might have a little bit more experience. They might be going into coaching themselves at some point in time. They have more knowledge about the game, so they can run the team. But needless to say, when a team is going through management issues like that, a lot of the time that team has other turmoil that's going on, whether it be with players that didn't like the manager, or staff, or players that are disagreeing with other players. And so they could be somewhat a fairly dangerous team to face. So imagine
almost like the things that they're struggling with are things that a proper manager would take care of.
Yes, but also maybe they didn't like their manager, and now that they're gone, there's players that might even play harder because that manager they didn't like is gone, and they want to show off. Or possibly if there's other teams that Gillingham starts to go down, moves down into the ranks,
They're like,
this
pick me.
exactly, it might be an audition time. And so it's really scary to face a team like this, because on paper you think we should win. Wrexham should win every day of the week. We have the momentum. We're third place in the league. We're tied with Notts, but back on goal difference for second place. So everything that we've done since the beginning of the season, of that first loss to MK Dons, we've only got better. Our defense has got better. We've been looking better with our scoring opportunities. We've been looking better with our goal defense. Okonkwo in goal. We have a monster of a goalie now, a goalkeeper. So everything looks like we should be like just poised to win. But as you've seen with some of the matches where Wrexham went down a red card and went down to 10 players, and we came and battled in that game. Sometimes when teams have nothing to lose, they are their most scariest. And so you don't want to lose to a team like this in their situation, because you think you should win, but also you have to take them serious. You can't walk in there and think that you're going to roll over somebody. That's you'll get egg on your face. You'll get it on your face well.
For sure.
So also something to think about for the match coming up on Saturday. McLean and Mullen both are out with those red cards from the 5th yellow that they received. So they're both suspended for this match. So we won't have Super Paul Mullen up front, and we won't have McLean, our king, on the left. This is going to be probably like Mindy's going to pull up on the left. We'll probably have Ford over on the right, but we still do have those injuries We have Barnett, who's hurt. Fletcher just got hurt. Looks like he'll be out, they say, about 8 weeks. Tunnicliffe is still out. Hayden is still out. Cannon got injured and is out. We have some injuries that we have to be conscious of. That being said, we do have a very deep team. A lot of weapons. The abundance, the spoils of abundance is what we have. And so we still do have a good side that we can put together. It's going to be a home match. So they're going to be traveling into the race course, the fortress. It's going to be loud. People are going to be making noise. And there's going to be people that get an opportunity to play in this game where with Fletcher and Mullen out, we might see Bickerstaff out there. I don't know if Waters will make it. I don't think he can play in this match because he's not on the first team. But I think that Bickerstaff might be in there for a substitution or may start. Dalby's been doing good. So we'll see how it goes. I'm very, very hopeful and excited about Saturday. And it sucks that we had a whole thing recorded and now we're doing it again. But I get a chance to hang out with my baby a little bit more. So there's nothing wrong with that.
So with us having some of our star players out, who are some of their kind of better players that we should be keeping an eye on during the game on Saturday?
Okay. Well, their number one scorer is Macaulay Boone or Bon. He is from Zimbabwe. That's his nation. I don't know his exact history where he's all played, but he has 3 goals for the season. He's played in 15 of the matches, 15 out of the 16 matches that have been played. And let's see here. He has 3 goals. The next one is Scott Malone. He has 2 goals. And then Connor Mahoney, he has 2 goals. So they don't score a bunch. If you were to look at them side by side with Wrexham for goals scored, Wrexham has 32 goals that we've scored, and Gillingham has scored 14. So we are more than double the amount of score capability. We've only allowed 27 goals. They've only allowed 20. So their defense is shut down a little bit more than we have. But at the same note, you can't allow more goals than you score yourself. Their goal difference is -6, where our goal difference is a +5. That's obviously the trend that will get you promoted or get you in a positive way in standings. However, they're in 9th place. They're not that far out of it. They're sitting on 25 points and we're sitting on 30. And that's because we've both won the same amount of games, 8. They have drawn 1 and lost 7, where we have drawn 6 and lost 2. So they're either going to win or they're going to lose. They only have had 1 draw. And this is League 2, so anything can happen. They could show up on Saturday, and these players could be showing up to play for the cameras, play for the documentary, show up to shut up Rob and Ryan and Hollywood FC. We've got a mark on our back of people that want to prove and want to shut us up, and they want to stop getting press out there or have some negative press for Wrexham. They also did win in the FA Cup and are advancing like us. So they're a very similar team to Wrexham in the size and stadium capacity. Their stadium sits 11,000, and they have had 3-sided stadium for a very long time. And I believe at this point, their 4th side on their stadium is like scaffolding bleacher seats. So it's more of a temporary than a permanent solution. And like us, where we have the 3 sides and the cop currently down and under construction, they also are a team that hasn't really advanced high in the football ranks in the past. I don't believe have ever been to the Premier League, and they've kind of stayed around this like League 2, League 1 for a number of years. And it looks like they were promoted from League 2 to League 1 in 2013, but in 2021-22 season, they actually got relegated from League 1 down to League 2. So kind of on the backside of what you would hope to be going to as a team. Hopefully they see better days ahead. They have a really cool logo on their crest. I think you saw this like as we were leading up to the beginning of the season and we were looking at the different teams that we were playing. They're the team where their crest and badge has the horse on it, and on the horse's mane it says Gills, Gills, as the mane. down the back.
Oh, wow.
That's this team here, Gillingham. So their nickname is the Gills. For some reason, and somebody from Gillingham, tell us down into the comments. For some reason, somebody they're called the Shouting Men, is people from Gillingham. And just a quick aside of Gillingham etymology, Gill is the town or the name of the person that used to be the like chieftain or tribal leader. It's named after Jill, and then the ing ham denotes this is like a village or a homestead of that person, Jill. So this is like Jilling Village, and so Jill's Village, yeah. So
That's cool.
it's basically the village of Jill,
Of Jill.
and his name still makes it. However, the spelling's been changed. I believe it was a Gyll, and now it's a Gill, but still the same. The club was founded back in 1893. They were the New Brompton Football Club, and then they changed the name in 1912 to Gillingham. And originally they had vertical white and black stripe kits, uniforms, and just like Notts County has those vertical white and black like American Foot Locker referee kits, that's how they started when they were in New Brompton. And back in 2012, when they got promoted into League One, one of their jerseys that they reintroduced for the 100 years of being Gillingham was that vertical black and white stripe. So if you look at the crest, and I'll go ahead and share my screen with you. See here. So if you look on the screen there, the Gillingham football logo, you'll see the white and black vertical stripes. You'll see the blue background with the horse and the rampant. And that's what Bill had let me know. The rampant is anything that's in that upright position. So the lions that you'll see on crests are like that, with the hands up in the upright position. This horse is the mane on the horse says Jills. The blue in the background is actually the color for their home kit. And so originally they were black and white vertical stripes. When they switched to Gillingham, they had red tops with blue sleeves. And in the 1930s, they introduced an all blue kit, and it kind of stuck. Like that stuck with the people, and it persevered throughout the years. Leading into that 2012, that promotion season, they did run a couple of votes throughout the years from 2012 until now of possibly changing colors for the home kit. And I believe it was 2013, they proposed an all white home kit, and the fans were having nothing with it. They were like, no, home kit is blue. It needs to be blue. When they come and face us on Saturday, they're going to be playing in that vertical white and black stripe kit.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see that old retro, throwback to the 1912 days. Be pretty cool. Outside of that, on their crest, it just says Gillingham Football Club, and that's like it's pretty straightforward. So you have a nod to the old day of New Brompton, of how it started with the original kit and the colors, and then you have to the new side with the blue for the home kit, and I believe the horse has been a part of like their badge, their crest, since inception. I think that's something that has been there.
Do you know what prompted the name change?
No, I don't. No, I don't. There's somebody that's out there that will know, and a lot of these towns, and I don't know if this is the case, they'll have amateur sides is how they started, and when they either combine with another area, they take on either a new name. That's where you get some of those united names where multiple teams came together and formed one football club. Also, if there's anything that is remotely close to going to like bankruptcy or administration, there'll be a name change that goes with that. If fans vote on it or change, I'm not sure. I'm looking at it, and they joined a different league, the Southern League, but they changed the name before they joined the Southern League in 1912. So I'm not sure. That's something somebody, Gillingham supporter, if you guys are watching, fill us in. Where did the name come from? Why was the New Brompton changed to Gillingham? And yeah, outside of that, I don't know much else about Gillingham, but we can look forward to Saturday knowing that we have some bench and lineup changes. There's going to be some different substitutes, some different starters on Saturday. Do you want to give a prediction for what you think Saturday's match how it might go?
think it might be a tricky one. I think they're gonna play harder than we expect them to.
Okay.
But I think we'll still come out on top. Do I have a score prediction? No, I don't.
A Wrexham win. A Wrexham win. So I'm gonna retain my prediction that I did earlier. And Jason from Wrexham Phoenix, he gave the prediction of 3-1. Scott Morton, he's a Wrexham supporter out of Wrexham. He also said 3-1. And then I just threw caution to the wind and I said, hey, if we're rolling the dice, I'm gonna say 5-0. So 5-0, Wrexham take the win. And we see a wonderful Mindy goal. Off of the last couple of games, we've seen Mindy put in a couple of wonder shots that could have been where he had that almost catching the keeper off guard and chipping one over his head. That was it was a little cheeky move. And then when he was coming up on the line, the right-hand side, he did a shot, and I believe it was with his right foot. Was it his right? I think it was his right foot, which is not his dominant foot. He's left-footed. And he shot it into the goal mouth, and the goalie had to like lean back, hit the ball. It would have went in. Like it was looping in. It would have went in. There's a couple of shots where he's caught the goalkeepers off, and I think one of those like magic goals, he's knocking on the door. It has to go in. Yeah. So I'll say 5-0. Mindy, grab one of those goals, and then of course without Mullen in there, we got to see Lee. Maybe Lee's pulling that brace, or he's pulling that hat trick. I don't know. All right. Well, that, everybody, is our Gillingham. Sorry for it being so late. We had technical issues. If anybody has used Riverside, the meeting app, before, and you know how to recover damaged files or incomplete, corrupt files, let us know. That is hence why we are on Zoom, making sure that this does get recorded and goes out. We are not paid by Zoom, but when a product works, I will mention its name. Worked. Yeah. Well, Anna, thanks so much for joining me today on Teach Me How to Wrexham. You have been an excellent instructor, and I've got to say, I love you.
I love you. I'm happy to have learned here today how to Wrexham.
No finer words have ever been spoken. Well, like we always say, up the town. Nailed it.
Crushed it.